So there has been a massive shift in the country between 1994 and 2025. The world has turned upside down. From a conflict-free world, which was promised as the final victory of the West over all conflict, so that the West will ensure that there is no conflict in the world, we were all lured into that order, the order of peace, prosperity. And what was globalization? In fact, many people used to ask me, what is Swadeshi? I used to say, Swadeshi, the nation is the core. The global is the additive. It is not that we can live without the world. We have to live with the world. But the world will only contribute to you. You have to be the core. The national effort has to be the core. The national confidence, the national effort, the national policies, and the national industries, and the national parties, political parties. All of them had lost confidence at that time. We all used to say that we have to be a nation first, because they said the world is one village and the idea of nation itself is outdated. That was the discourse at that time. And globalization was defined. The world as the core and nation as the additive. This was the difference between globalization and national economics. But from that time today, if you look at where the world stands, there have been three distinct changes. One, a single one-pole power position, the world has shifted to multipolarity. Multipolar world is not a formal world. Informally, the power has diffused from one source to lot of middle countries rising to share the power. Under the Center for Foresight of the European Commission said, by 2030, there will be no hegemonic power in the world, and there will be multipolar power, each country exercising power in its own way, with its resources, with its influence and sphere, with its education, with its strength, with its demography. So it said that the world is moving towards what the world was in 1990s to a very different picture emerges. The next is, we were all told modernity means only what the West stands for, because the West drew its modernity from the days of enlightenment, the single source of modernity. But now it is accepted. There are multiple modernities in the world. In 2007, Sebastian Conrad, he was one of the greatest historians, and he came with his thesis that each civilization modernizes in its own way. Japan modernizes as Nihon Jinron. China modernizes as Neo-Confucian society. So nobody wants to adopt one way of modernity, one dress, one language, one way of life. And so India will also modernize in its own way. So this is not what the Indian discourse, Indian media, Indian academics, Indian political parties, or the Indian administrative service speak about. But the fact is, we are also modernizing in our own way.